Tim's got me working on this truck, and he says that the sway bar bushings are bad. I bought him, going on his word. Tim is, he's frequently wrong. So what I did is I wanted to crawl under here and confirm that they're actually bad. And you can see this one just isn't actually doing anything at all. And it's falling apart. So that's bad. And this one, well, it's really not any better. And I don't know if mine's supposed to be bent like that or not, to be honest with you. I'm going to guess not. Well, I'm going to zip these off. There's a freaking nut on it. All right, it's an 11/16 wrench on the back side. You're going to have, and a nut on both sides of the... Oh, come on. I don't know where. Just lost my bolt. Doing great. Okay, now, I think all my stuff here is just bent to hell. Everything's a hammer. Well, I'm already here. Might as well take a few bolts out of the other side. Perfect. These are definitely bent, and I just can't, in good conscience, let that roll down the road. So I think this is an aftermarket setup because this truck has a lift, and normally the sway bar would just connect directly up here, but I've got this drop link, and that's probably why it's bent, because it's a cheap aftermarket piece of crap. I'm going to take this middle bar out, I think. You can see that side. And then from there, this side is a little complicated because it's got this steering stabilizer. So I'll pop that guy off, this middle bar out, and then it has these two top bolts that I'll pop out and see where that gets me. Okay. All right, we need to do some bolt mitigation here. Pop that out. It's wedged in there pretty good. Vinny D. Vinny D is what Tim and I say when we just do a quarter turn at a time like this. I also started calling it the Toretto twist. I don't know. I'm pretty sure any of that's copyright infringement, but it's clever. This is just getting to be quite the to-do. Come on. This is unreal. More work than it has to be. There's so much dirt flying in my face. I got this other one to contend with. What the heck? Oh, come on. Oh. No, son of a... Got it. All right, never mind the mess in my shop. This is the biggest vice that I have. So I'm going to see if I can straighten this guy. Ugh. Got another plan here. See how it did. We got something for you. Yeah. Hot. About as close as we're going to get. And I think that's going to work. Thought I'd get cute and try to bend the other one back, before taking it off the vehicle. And that just didn't work for a few reasons. Yeah. So I've got some transmission lines here that I didn't want to create too much heat with and cause problems with it being brittle, or like ruining the rubber or something. And then when I was hitting it with the hammer, it just had so much give with everything. So I can't get it hot enough, and I can't really achieve what I was going for. So I am going to take two bolts out here. Should give me this bar. Although I think the bar is actually going to stay in place because it's got this nut on it, or this small bolt nut. And I think that's okay to just kind of leave that as is. And I've got one bolt here. I don't even know why I'm showing you this. This isn't probably going to apply to your rig. Oh, how I'm going to reach up in here for this nut running next to that. Introduce you to a little trick to keep your universal from weeble wobbling around. Wrap it in electrical tape. Are we making any progress in there? So tight. Everything. There's just no room to work on this frickin' Ford. Perfect. Don't roll away. Okay. Now I can get rid of my extension and my weeble wobble. And then, I got crap in my eye. I do not like undercar work. Much prefer being on top of the engine bay. But here we are. Come on, everything is going everywhere. Okay, that one was a 5/8 for some reason. I'm gonna set these somewhere where I'm not gonna lose them. Passenger floorboard. Look at this trash. Let's take this guy over to our vise, apply some heat. I don't know if it's hot enough. Full send. Well, I don't want to touch that with my bare hands. I think that's pretty good. Cool this one off with water. Not recommended. Makes things brittle. But I don't care. At the moment, I just want to get this truck on the road. Continue to let that cool. Okie dokie. I'm going to put this thing back on. Cannot stop getting stuff in my mouth. So maybe if I just shut up for the rest of this job, I will be less miserable. Okay, and now my sway bar mount lines up again. So that's cool. Okay, so in between the bracket with the spacer, and if you wiggle and jiggle and turn yourself about, do the hokey pokey, that's what it's all about. Boom, boom. I'm getting real sick and tired of this. I'm gonna do like 2 fingers on the nut blind. I'm gonna do the bolt. Here we go. No free lunches here on this job. Okay, lost the nut, so that thing doesn't really slide very easy. And then check this out. Boom. At least that lines up. I seem to remember smaller one was down there, if you guys remember that. One of the big ones quite lined up. So, a handy dandy alignment tool here. I'm finishing up fighting on one last piece with the Ford. Then I'm going to feed the dogs and come home. Okay. I think we are there. That one lines up pretty good. That one lines up pretty good. Okay. Now that we got the sway bar brackets bent back into shape, slide this over. And they're tight, but you can get it. And then you want it to be on the outboard side of this lip. This lip is so that it doesn't go too far to the inboard when you're doing the install. I'm going to get both sides on before I do anything. It's normal to have to kind of force stuff together a little bit because these brackets just flex, you know, screwdriver and a hammer. Perfect. A little bit of force never hurt anybody. And nut on the top. And I'm going to leave this side loose while I do the other side. Okay. My air compressor took a crap on me earlier, so I don't have a ton of pressure, but I think I have a full tank, enough to finish this job anyways. Safe AF. I'm actually pretty excited to have a sway bar again. Some exciting stuff.